Hey man, what's up? Here in the garage, right, where I keep my boat. And I just wanted to talk about briefly Lowrance Active Target. Now, I had a Garmin live scope on my John boat, right? And it was cool. And then when I got this Phoenix, it had a Lowrance Active Target on it. And I was like, man, I don't know. Because, Garmin's always been the king when it comes to like forward facing sonar. The Lowrance is a Gen 1 and it's really good. Like there's really not a big difference. I don't think there's a difference at all between the Active Target Gen 1 and the Live Scope Gen 1. Or, I didn't have the newest transducer or whatever. So anyway, getting to the point of this whole video is, I was having problems with my live scope and I thought it was broke. Did I say live scope? I meant Active Target. You know what I mean. I was having problems with my transducer, I thought, on my Active Target because the screen was going black. Like the top half of the screen was going black, the bottom half was cool. It was good if I was fishing directly below me because I could see that, but I could not see anything. I couldn't see the water column probably 10 foot in front of me all the way out. And I usually put mine at 70 to 120 foot out forward, right? So I couldn't see that. I was getting cut off. I couldn't even see dock poles when I'd go up to it. And I thought it was going out, like one of the crystals. Like I researched and researched on what was causing this to happen and I couldn't find anything on YouTube, Google, anything. I found a different bunch of settings I could do, but that still wasn't the case. I called a buddy, Tim. Hey Tim, what's up? And Tim had a buddy of his that went through the same thing. He's like, did you do this? Did you do that? Did you do this? I'm like, yeah, and yeah. Like I reset to the default factory settings. I put it on down, scout, and then put it back on forward facing sonar, hoping that would just kind of get the glitch out. I unplugged the power supply to the box. I unplugged the transducer, plugged it back up. I did everything, right? And nothing worked. It was still the same thing. So Tim was saying, if it gets bumped a little bit, it will throw it off that much. And I'm like, dude, there's, no. I haven't fished in like a month and a half, right? Because I've been working, hustling, busy, got to pay bills, got to pay for stuff, right? So, and I haven't been out. So it hasn't been touched. It's been in the garage, all right? Not unless one of my buddies came over here, because we, every once in a while we'll get in the garage, we'll have some beers and we'll lean up against the boat, just like every other angler does, okay? And, maybe one of them was like, you know what, I'm gonna mess with him a little bit and I'm gonna turn his trend. But why would you do that? They wouldn't do that, I don't think, would you? Comes down to it that, so anyway, as you can see, this is a transducer and it's right above the torpedo head of the trolling motor. What do they call that? The trolling motor head? It's right above it, okay? So what happened was, and dude, as you can see, like this is the transducer right here, all right? And when I was in the water trying to troubleshoot this, I actually loosened it up and I clicked it a couple times up, put it back in, and it kind of gave it to me. It did away with some of it, but not all of it, but it was facing more upwards. And then I clicked it back, maybe one, still the same, just wasn't right, something wasn't right. So I put it back to where this is level with the trolling motor head, right? The Active Target logo. And when I talked to Tim, he said this bracket right here, this one right here, that attaches to the shaft. Move it just a little bit and see what happens. So I turned my screen on in the garage and I was getting a full screen, okay? And I was like, dude, that did it. And it's just right here, like it's gotta be almost dead nuts lined up with it. I'm thinking it wasn't lined up with it because it was giving me half a black screen. And I'll show you on this screen what I mean. Let me turn my power on. Okay, so, hey there. On the front of the boat right now, the unit is powering up. Let's swap it around. Except, all right, move this. So now you see it's full screen. Pixels, because it's shooting up against my garage door. It's a full screen. So before it was from here to here and up. All this was black. All I could see was from here to about right there, and it was like diagonal. So all this was cut off. Just because that, just because that was out of alignment, just a little bit, like a minuscule, you know, I mean, it could be a little bit more than that, obviously, but the thing is, make sure you check that before you go spending money on getting a new trolling motor transducer for your active target. I'm not sure, hey, whoa, I'm trying to do something here, dog. So make sure you check that. Just, you barely loosen, get you an Allen wrench, barely loosen the screws, and then just turn it a little bit. Turn your unit on in your garage, make sure that you have a full screen. Because if you don't have a full screen, so if you don't have that, then your transducer is good. Because if the crystals was out, one of the crystals, I think this transducer has 3 crystals in it, right? It's got 1, 2, 3. It's got a top, a middle, a bottom, whatever, something like that. Anyway, if one of the crystals was out, it would be black in here. So it's not the crystals, it was the alignment of the transducer, okay? So you got side to side, which is the mount on the shaft, and then you have up and down, which is the transducer itself. Now, when you level the active target logo with the trolling motor head, you can pop it up like 1 or 2 times, especially if you're fishing shallow. That's what I do, especially like for docks. Like it's kind of cool. So if you try it, try that. So anyway, short little video, just went through some troubleshooting, figured it out, thought I'd share here on YouTube. Thanks for watching. Catch me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Till next time, we'll catch you on a flip flop. Hey, see ya.